Hey everyone, it's your girl Prim and Proper, and I am back with another one. So today we're going to be talking about birds of a feather flock together. I know everyone has heard that saying for years. It has been, I don't want to say a cliche, but it has been definitely a saying that has been, you know, spread around across the world. No matter what demographic you come from, you have heard this saying. And some people may argue that what my friends do have nothing to what I do. Birds of a feather don't flock together. I'm not her. I'm not him. But is there some truth to it? So I'm here to bring you some, you know, insight on that and give you some biblical reference to it. Because, you know, ain't nothing like a word without putting some facts to it, some biblical facts, you know, because a word don't never change. So let's get into it. So it says, I looked up what the saying actually means. So what the dictionary says, or what Google says, the definition of birds of a feather flock together, what it actually means. And it says, people who have similar interests or character, especially ones of which you disapprove, and who often spend time with each other. So I remember, like, growing up, I would always say, like, I was so against it, like, no, birds of a feather don't flock together, because I truly believe that I was my own person, and what my friend didn't have any effect on my life. That's my friend, and she gets to do, or he gets to do whatever he wants to do. Like, that has nothing to do with me. Like, I'ma do me. But then, like, when you get, I guess when I started to build my relationship with God and finding out who I am, it's certain things that you won't even be comfortable to tie yourself in. Especially relationship is so important. So many times in the Bible we see, for instance, the relationship with Delilah and Samson. You see, relationship has a big part in whether you reach your destiny, whether you reach that place where God needs you to be, or you get into a relationship and it could completely drag you down. It can completely destroy your life. It can completely delay your process. So relationship is so important, and I didn't know how important relationship was until I got to know myself and got to know the Word of God and how relationship played a big part in my life. So I'm going to give you some biblical references. So in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33, it says, don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad company corrupts good character. So I had to learn this. Many times we don't see how relationship plays a big part in our life, especially our friendships, because those are the relationships you get to choose. Those are the people you choose to be in your life. So, you know, sometimes you will hang with someone for so long, even in a relationship when you're dating the opposite sex. They'll have like a terminology or a slang that they will often say, and you'll find yourself after being around that person for so long that you'll pick up their sayings or pick up their ways. If they brush their hair a certain way, or the way they even drive a car. Because I know sometimes when you've been around a certain person for so long and they put their seat back, you're like, oh, let me try this, and you may get adjusted to that. It's certain things, like, you cannot say that someone doesn't have influence over you if you spend so much time with them. So that's what that Bible verse is about. Don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad company corrupts good character. So you cannot say that if someone, say for instance, you're not a liar and you hang with someone who's a liar, eventually either you're going to get tired of that person lying and remove yourself from the relationship, dead the relationship, or you're going to become what you don't like or what you disapprove of if you allow that person to stay in your life. Listen, it's because then it gets to a point, well, why do you even still hang around this person if you're against being around liars, but you obviously have a liar in your life? So it just comes to the fact, like, do you really love yourself? Because these are the people you choose to be in your life. So another thing, what made me want to do this video, to be honest with you guys, so I was in my pantry, I was looking for something to eat, and I seen that I bought a bag of lemons, and I had some bananas, and my bag of lemons were sitting on top of my bananas, which were really ripe, like they're like brown, like this. So my bananas are this brown, right? And then I looked in my bag, I picked up my bag of lemons, and I noticed that the lemons started to like go bad, like erode. Do you see this? Oh my, it has fumes coming out of it. I don't even know if you guys can see that. Like when I touch it, it has fumes. So the fact that my ripe banana, the fact that my lemons, my bag of lemons were sitting on top of my ripe bananas that were going bad, it corrupted this. Because this is newer than the bananas. So this is a perfect example how bad company corrupts good character. Because you cannot say, listen, if a fruit, listen, this was bad. This was going bad. This was going bad, y'all. And it made this bad, which was perfectly fine, which had a purpose. The purpose to go make lemonade, to clean my, oh my God, and it's staining in my finger, you guys, yuck. But this had purpose. But its purpose, because it had purpose when I bought it. So the purpose for me bringing this home was to make lemonade, to season my salmon, and its purpose cannot even be used, cannot even be fulfilled, because it was corrupted by my spoiled banana. So I have to throw this away. So this is going to immediately go in the garbage, meaning this will ultimately die, because after it goes to the garbage, it's going to go to the people are going to pick up the garbage, and it's going to go wherever, you know. So its purpose of being here will never be fulfilled because it was corrupted by bad fruit. So you have to realize how important it is to not bind yourself, not even bind yourself, or get into relationship with people who are not good for you. People who don't even, their values don't even align with yours. Their morals don't even align with yours, because then there will be a disconnect. And if there's not a disconnect in the people you hang with on the regular, because I'm not even gonna lie, so there's some people who I don't agree with 100%, but I still talk to them. But those people don't have access to me like that. I see those people maybe at events, social events, and I say hi, bye, and I laugh with them. But they have no access to me, so they cannot influence me. They have no influence over me. But it's one thing when you're hanging around someone continuously and their values or morals don't align with what you believe in, what you were brought up as, or who you are as a person. There has to be a disconnect. And if there's no disconnect, then you have to ultimately check yourself, because what you continue to allow in your life will dictate your path. Because you cannot ask God to be guiding you down the right path if you keep associating yourself with something that does not look like you. So that is why in a relationship is so important. And birds of a feather do flock together. So if you continue to hang with this set of people who do not align with who you are, you become that. Unless you are the good fruit that turns them. But you rarely see that. You rarely see someone that has good morals and they hanging with the wrong crowd. You rarely see that bad crowd adapt to their way of living, because that I never seen it. If you've seen it, comment below, because I want to know. I have never seen that, because those people are so stuck in their ways. They have to go through their own experience for them to change. You would never change them. They will end up spoiling you, or you'll end up going through an experience where you see like, oh my God, this person did this to me. That's how you see so many friendships fall out. But you fail to realize that was been in them. You chose to be blind. You chose to ignore the signs that God was giving you, that this person is a liar. This person is sneaky. This person is shysty. This person is unloyal. This person is disrespectful. This person doesn't value you as a friend. But you chose to ignore it, because everybody loves a relationship. Whatever that relationship did for you, that's what caused you to remain bound. Oh, I was a friend with this person. I grew up with this person since I was a kid, or whatever. Listen, people grow apart, honey. Listen, ain't no love lost. That don't mean you better than the person. People grow out of each other, and that is completely normal. It's called growing pains. You ever heard that? It's called growing pains. Look it up. Look it up. So another biblical reference is Amos 3:3. You know, I always love to use this Bible verse. How can two walk together unless they be agreed? How can we go about life if we don't agree? If we don't even have the same mindset, we're going to continue to bump heads. Who wants a friend? I'm not saying you want a yes man as a friend, but if we're continuously bumping heads off of, I don't think you should sleep with so-and-so man, or I don't think you should steal out of Walmart. That's just an example. Like, I don't think you should steal. Like, that's not who you are. So you're not a thief. You're not a adulterer. So why would you connect yourself to people like that? It's not saying that you don't ever take a yes man as a friend. That's not what I'm saying. You get some people who have different opinions than you, but morals and values, it needs to be aligned. And it's okay to have some kind of differences, but having an understanding where their differences does not corrupt what you believe or how you choose to live your life. Another biblical reference is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20, and it says, walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. So that is very layman terms, you guys. This is the NLT version. Proverbs is the book of wisdom. So it just basically told you guys, if you walk with people who are smart, you will become smart. So you walk with the wise, you will become wise. You walk with people who are loyal, you will be loyal. Unless you're the bad fruit that's corrupting them. That's playing up under them. But you know, sis, I don't think you're like that. I don't think that's you. It can't be you. No. So basically, listen, do I believe birds of a feather flock together? Yeah. At some point, it has to align. When you know who you are. If you don't know who you are, you're going to just allow anything to, now I don't want to say influence you, but you're going to allow anything, any person to have access to you. But once you know who you are, it has to be a disconnect. Birds of a feather do flock together. You guys have something in common. I don't want nobody arguing with me. I'm talking about the relationships of the people that we're around majority of the time. Not the friend that you go out for drinks with, because people have friends with for different purposes. Like I have a friend, you have a friend that you like to go out with, you like to do brunch with. That's your friend. Like I know I have a good time when I go out to brunch with her. So that's my brunch buddy. I have a friend that when I'm going through it, I need prayer. That's the friend I'm going to call. So I'm not talking about that, because certain people have served different purposes in your life. But I'm saying you have to judge someone's by their fruit. What are they, what are you have to ask yourself, what are you allowing into your life? What good characteristics, what makes you want to be friends with this person? You have to evaluate the people in your life. Like, you'll know, because once you get to know yourself, you'll start to feel drained around certain people if they don't align with who you are. If it don't feel right, God will begin to shake it up and make it feel like you're growing apart. That's that growing pains feeling. Like you feel like, oh, it's something wrong with you because you've been down with this person for so long. You're like, I know she didn't change. So it's just like, I don't want, but I still want the relationship to work because I know she's a good person. I know he's a good person. But it's just like, I feel a disconnect. And that's just God removing, breaking things up, shaking things up to get you in a different place, to tell you, to show you, give you signs that these people should not have access to you. Birds of a feather flock together. So you need to evaluate. You need to evaluate who are you allowing into your life? Who do you call friends? And what purpose do they serve in your life? And judge them by their fruits, not by what they tell you, but by their actions. And that's how you would know if this is my flock. Evaluate yourself and your beliefs and see if everything aligns with what they believe in, or their morals, if it aligns with what you believe in, and see if this is the flock you belong to. Because birds of a feather, honey, do flock together. So that's all, you guys. Thank you for watching. It's your girl, Pretty, Primp, and Proper. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below. Comment down below. And if you haven't already, sign up for my newsletter on my website, primpandproper.com. I will be restocking. It's just this quarantine. Bear with me, you guys. My lab is closed and it's so annoying. I'm just as anxious as you ladies. But while we wait on that, we're on a road to 1,000 followers. I know I've been saying this since last year, but I'm posting for 7 days straight. So share my videos and help your girl out. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm almost there. I'm at like 685, I believe, or 630. I'm not sure. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time. Bye.